Welcome to Heal the New Sex, where we discuss all things healing, self-love, and relationships. My name is Cynthia. I'm a licensed therapist and coach. Today, I want to talk about how to heal through heartbreak. This video, y'all, was really inspired by my son. He's 9, if you're new here, and he's gone through his first heartbreak, okay? So let me tell you this story first. The other day, I was listening to a song. I think it's by Take That, like whatever. I know the lyrics are whatever I said, whatever I did, I didn't mean it. I just want you back for good, right? I was just listening to the song. I had it on blast. I had the moon roof open. And I looked up in the mirror and my 9-year-old is in the back seat, boo crying. I mean, crying. And I'm like, what's going on? What's wrong with you? And he told me that the girl that he liked in school wasn't being nice to him anymore and that she was talking to somebody else. Now, this is the thing. One thing I've taught my son, because he's 9, I've taught him, I said, you have one wife, you have women that are family, and then you have women that will be your sisters in Christ. That's what I taught him, okay? And so we are going through this heartbreak. And I talked to him about a few things, and that kind of inspired me to do this video. I'm like, let me talk to the Heal Squad, because there may be, I know some women have gone through a divorce, like currently, because they put that in the comments. So I want to give some real and practical advice. I got a smudge of petty towards the end on how to heal from heartbreak. So let me jump in. I got notes. So first thing first, it's important to feel your feelings. Heartbreak can bring up an array of emotions, right? So if you need to be like my son, crying to sad music, do what you need to do, but get that up and out, okay? Sometimes, especially if the person broke up with you or you were served with divorce papers and it came out of nowhere, you may, feel shock first. You may feel betrayal, and you have to feel your feelings. This is a part of healing. It's so important that you are intentional about feeling your feelings and you're not avoidant. So that may mean journaling. That means talking to a friend. That means schedule an appointment with me as a coach. That would be talking to your therapist. Like, do what you need to do in order to feel your feelings. Don't try to suppress it. Don't act like you are okay and everything. Like, life sometimes falls apart, and it can fall apart due to a breakup. It can fall apart due to a divorce. And that's okay, but you got to feel your feelings. You don't want to get bitter. You don't want to get jaded. There's a lot of people out in these streets, in these dating streets, right, who are bitter and who are jaded. And that's because they didn't do their healing work. That's because when they were supposed to be taking the time to reflect on the relationship, to reflect on how it made them feel, they didn't take the time to feel what they needed to feel. Okay, so feel your feelings. Now, in a video, I think I did 5, was it? Oh, how to stop thinking about your ex. I'll put that up there. I talked about cutting them off. When you are going through a breakup or a divorce, you need to cut all ties. Now, you may say, Cynthia, we have a child together. If you have a child together, I want you to look up parallel parenting, okay? Because everyone wants to co-parent and be... And co-parenting is really healthy, right? When two people are able to do it well. But there's also a concept called parallel parenting, right? So just like my hands are parallel, that's how it works. When you are healing or you're going through a divorce, you don't have to have 100, like all of this contact with the person. If your children are old enough and they have a cell phone, then you allow your children to speak to your partner, your previous partner, and you let them navigate that. But this part, you need to be cutting all ties, whether it's from social media, no late night scrolling on their social media. You need to block them from social media. You need to cut family and friends. You need to get rid of anything that used to belong to them. There was a lady in my comments in the video about how to stop thinking about your ex. She was like, girl, I still got that air fryer. Get rid of it. Okay? You may have his name tattooed. You need to go get a cover up. Okay? Cut ties. This is hard. It is hard. It is hard because I honestly don't believe that we were created to go through heartbreak. I don't think we were created to go through the divorce, because when you go through a heartbreak or a divorce, there's like a ripping at your soul. It's a gnawing. That pain have you sick. Do you hear me? You be calling out of work using your sick leave because your heart is broken. that pain is intense. And I don't think God created us that way. I just think in modern culture, because we don't date the way that they used to do during biblical times, this is a unintended consequence. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't believe that we're built for heartbreak. I really don't. But you have to do the hard. You have to pick this as your hard to cut emotional ties, to really detach. So whether that's friends, whether that's family, you know, let's say for instance, he's left things at your home and he's like, I'm going to come and pick it up. No, you tell him, I will put your stuff outside, and you have him to come pick up the items when you're not there. This leads me to this thing about closure. Closure can be a sneaky trick, okay? Because if you don't do, first of all, let me say this, you don't need closure. Give yourself closure, okay? Give yourself closure, because especially if he broke up with you or he's initiating the divorce, there's nothing that he can say to you that's going to give you closure, all right? So give that to yourself. That's a gift that you give to you. But I know sometimes we're like, I want to know why. I want to know why. I want to know why. And closure ends up being comfort sex. And you know that comfort sex or that breakup sex, sometimes that sex be good. A lot of time, all the time. It be good. It be good. Listen, I'm not supporting. I'm just saying, okay? It be hitting. Pun intended, okay? So you need to be protective of yourself in this emotional state. Don't let nobody come back and circle the block, right? You are very vulnerable as a woman. So in your vulnerability, don't worry about closure. Don't see him face to face. Don't let, oh, I heard that y'all was breaking, oh, y'all going through. I don't need nothing. Because sometimes men will circle around a woman that's going through a breakup or divorce like a vulture of prey. So you have to be protective of yourself, okay? Number 3, shift the focus to you. Heartbreak often makes us feel lost, but this is actually a powerful time to rediscover yourself. Discover yourself as a single woman outside of the relationship. Depending on how long you were in the relationship, you may struggle with your identity. And this is something that I talk about a lot. When we get into partnership, we sometimes take on the identity and try to become the woman that he wants versus the woman that God created you to be. This is a time for you to explore who you are, what you want, what are your desires, what you like, what you don't like. You need to become your own dream girl. That needs to be the ultimate idea, or the ultimate plan is I need to become my own dream girl. What do I like? What satisfies me? What makes me feel good? Because when you're in a relationship, oftentimes you've been doing what pleases them and not what pleases you. So as you're healing through this heartbreak, you need to be focusing on what pleases me, what makes me feel good, period. You become your own dream girl. And I'm going to do a video on that if you need me to. So again, take time to take up a new hobby. I heard pickleball is hot in the streets. Get you a cute little tennis skirt and get you an instructor and hit that pickleball. Okay. So invest in your self-care. Get a haircut. You know, I like me a good pixie. Okay. Cut your hair or get your extensions, buy you a wig, play with some makeup, play with some different clothes. This needs to be a season of rediscovering yourself. This needs to be your revenge era. Okay. And you're not getting revenge because you want him back, but it's you versus you, the old you versus the new you. You need to be becoming during this time. Okay. And reconnect with things that bring you joy. You are your best investment. So all the things that you couldn't do because you were in the relationship and that was taking up your time and energy, go out there and do it. Reconnect with your friends. Again, get new hobbies. Discover yourself. If you used to draw and you used really into art, thrust yourself back into that. Okay. I have a classmate that does acrylic paints and she does an amazing job, right? And you may need to, as a part of processing and healing, get into art. Maybe you're into music. Maybe you used to sing. Maybe you're very crafty. Get into that, okay? This is your revenge era. It's you versus you. All right? Reframe the narrative. Address self-blame. Sometimes as women, we get into the woulda, shoulda, couldas. What if I would have done this? Or if I would have done that? Or if I would have lost the weight? Or if I would have... Listen, sugar, don't blame yourself for this. I told my son, I said, baby, when I go to Baskin Robbins, what ice cream do I want? He was like, pralines and cream. I said, absolutely. I said, does that change that the other ice creams taste good? And he was like, no. I said, I just want pralines and cream. That's what I want. So there have been times where I go to Baskin Robbins and then people ain't got no pralines and cream. Gotta go. Because if you don't have what I want, then fine. You need to look at yourself as a peculiar flavor. Don't blame yourself because you're going through this breakup. Okay. Now, do we have to take accountability? Because sometimes we do play a role in a relationship ending. Yes. But sometimes relationships end because that's the season and the time for them to end. And you also need to be honest. Was that a healthy space and place for you? If it wasn't, thank the Lord and keep it pushing. But engaging in self-blame is not going to help you heal. Okay. What it will do is have you showing up. Sorry, y'all. Will have you showing up in your next relationship struggling with low self-esteem, and it'll have you beginning to perform because you didn't address it in your previous relationship. So now you're in a new relationship trying to do everything you can in order to maintain the relationship. And I want you to date with confidence, and I want you to enter into your next relationship with confidence. Okay. Surround yourself with love and support. Right? You do not have to heal alone. So whether it's your girlfriends, whether it's formal supports like therapists or a coach, you need to surround yourself with supports. You need people who are going to pour love into you. You need people who are going to tell you how great you are. That was something I did for my son, right? I said, baby, you are an amazing child. You're super smart. You're bright. You're talented. You're creative. And this happens. He asked me, he said, Mom, have you ever had your heart broken? I said, yeah. And he was like, what about my dad? I said, oh, I broke his heart. Listen, I had to get my story in first. Okay, I got to get my story in first. Yeah, I said I had to break your daddy heart. I'm a heartbreaker. Sorry, y'all. I'm a heartbreaker. But get with people who are going to love you and tell you who you are. Get with some girlfriends that's like, girl, I'm going to bring over the Haagen-Dazs and we're going to sit over here and we're going to eat this ice cream and you can cry. Babe, I'll bring you some Kleenex and I'm going to bring you some good Vaseline because I know me. If I get to rubbing, if I start crying, my nose be running, child. And then under here, get raw. I be putting some Vaseline. I'm going to bring the Vaseline over there. So, or some CeraVe so we can protect you as you cry, girl. Pour love also into yourself. Do some affirmations. You are beautiful. I'm a dream girl. There's a man out there that's going to love me. But most importantly, I love myself. Stand in the mirror and talk to yourself about who you are. Don't let this heartbreak or this divorce define you. It doesn't. Let that be the next one. Point number 6. Don't let your relationship status define who you are, because was it Neo said, I'm a movement by myself? Just focus on that. Right now, you're a movement. As a single woman, you are a movement. You are a force to be dealt with, okay? And your relationship status, and I know sometimes, especially like when you are in an influential place and you go through divorce, like people treat you differently. Don't worry about none of that. Forget those folks. Everybody has gone through heartbreak. Nobody's exempt. Many people have gone through a divorce. And just because they're married to now doesn't mean they won't be, doesn't mean that marriage is going to last forever. And I'm not speaking negatively on anybody's marriage, because I hope everybody's marriage lasts forever. I hope when you say I do, it's I do forever. But the truth is that people go through the divorce, and don't let nobody shame you because now you're entering a season of being single. This is a great time to learn about who you are, to love on yourself in ways that you've never imagined, okay? Number 7, listen, then we're going to get petty after this, okay? So if you still here, put in the comments still here. Number 7, embrace the journey of healing. Healing is not linear. You're going to have some good days. You're going to have some bad days. There's going to be some days you're going to wake up and you're going to see the sun is shining and the birds are singing. And there's going to be days you wake up and you're going to feel like a ton of bricks has hit you. Because again, when you're going through a breakup, it feels like there is a ripping at your soul. Woo! Right? But it's so important. It's so important that you understand that it's not linear. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. For every day you have a down, it's important that you have a plan for how you're going to handle that day, how you're going to manage that day, okay? So listen, if I wake up and I'm not in a good mood, I'm going to get up, I'm going to give myself grace, I'm going to make sure I brush my teeth, I'm going to shower real good, I'm going to put on my favorite lotions, I'm going to be cute, dress myself up, and I'm still going to make it throughout the day. I'm going to journal how I feel so I'm not carrying that emotion, I'm processing that emotion. I'm going to call my girlfriend, we're going to pray, she's going to pray over me, that the Lord help me with this day, He give me grace. Have a plan for the bad days, okay? Number 8. Now, caveat. I'm not saying or encouraging you to bust no windows out no car. You is not Jasmine Sullivan, okay? But I do believe that every heartbreak needs a good petty session. I was going to say something else. A good petty session where you get with your girls and you clown that joker. Do you understand me? So I told you yesterday, not yesterday, I told you, it was 2 days ago, right? I was listening to Take That song, my son Boo-hoo crying. But yesterday he got in the car and he was like, Mom, can you play Bye 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 NC? Can I play it? We told that little girl, bye, bye, bye. Okay? So you need to get with your girlfriends. This is petty. This is not therapeutic. This is petty. Okay? Smithy, you go, I am. Okay? And you need to talk low down, dirty trash about that joker. Okay? Baby, you need to talk about his receded hairline if he had that. You need to be talking about all of that. His busted shoes that was linked to the left. You need to talk about all of that. You and your girls, you get together and you talk trash. Okay? Now, we're not doing anything illegal. But yeah, we got to have a little hate session. Yeah, we got to talk. We got to talk that talk. Okay? We got to talk that talk. See, I never used to like how he had that tooth missing on the side. I like his mama. I like, yo. What? I don't know if I need to tell y'all that. But let me tell you something. Sometimes in therapy, because you get to the point, especially if you know that you have been self-sacrificing, over-functioning, over-performing, you doing everything that man wants you to do, and then some, and then that joker got the nerve to want to leave you. Oh, you got to talk trash about him. You got to talk trash about him. Okay? I know it's petty, but it feel good. It's going to give you a temporary ha-ha, and then let you focus on the healing work that you have to do. Okay? So this is Heal the New Sexy. My name is Cynthia. Bye-bye.